and they, if they say, I know my area too. Like if I'm working Hopkinsville, Kentucky, which is near Fort Campbell, it's a big military town and a VA. Now, if I were working Hopkinsville Tuesday and I'm calling tomorrow and I call somebody and they say, I got a doctor's appointment. And I say, well, what time's your doctor's appointment? Because our folks, they'll set a whole day aside for a doctor appointment.
Right.
But if they tell me, if I call and they say, well, I got a doctor appointment. Okay, what time's your doctor appointment? Well, I'm going to the VA down in Nashville. Okay, I know that's a whole day thing. I'm not going to bust on that person. That person, I'll say, okay, all right, tomorrow's not going to work for you. I'll call you next time I'm going to be in your area.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just move on to the next. But sometimes excuses are excuses. Now, if I call them back the next time I call that person and they got something going on, even let's look legitimate, that lead goes in the trash. I'm not going to keep calling the person that's got an excuse every time I call them. There's reasons, there are excuses. So you learn that over time, and I don't know what it is. When I talk to people, they don't seem to give me the problems that a lot of other agents seem to get.
Well, I think a lot of it, JD, is you've seen a whole lot more, and so you're able to your way of talking on the phone to these people probably makes them realize that you're not going to take any of their crap before they even try it. Right? Where a lot of newer agents, I guess you know your script so well. I see a new agent who has a script right in front of them, and they'll go, "Hey, I'm the field underwriter assigned to your case."
I get telemarketing calls too. You can tell when they're reading.
Sure. Yeah. So
I'll ask the people, "Are you a machine?"
Yeah. What about you, Vince? What's your week look like?
Okay, so I actually I change it up about every couple of weeks. So usually I'll door knock for 2, sometimes 3 weeks. If I'm on a roll, I'll just keep door knocking. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Monday, I'm doing office stuff, handling service work, and Friday I just kind of don't do much of anything. Sit around the office and hang out with everybody. But yeah, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, door knocking from 10 to 7.
No appointment setting.
Typically not. Like I said, I'll switch it up every couple of weeks.
Sure.
And then when I do set appointments, I'll do Monday for Tuesday, sometimes Tuesday and Wednesday, and then just run 2 days in the field like that.
Sure. Well, hey, if you know what you're good at and you're successful in doing so, everybody just has a little bit different way of doing it. Like mine's a little bit different too. Is I'll call Saturday for Monday. If I have time, I'll generally my last appointment I'll put it like 5 or 6 o'clock on Monday, and I'll call between 7 and 8 o'clock, and call for Tuesday. Generally, Wednesday is going to be my admin day, and then I'll call for Thursday, and then Friday is the day that I spend doing more office work, recruiting, etc. And I try to have Saturdays off, but I still take time to book for Saturday early in the morning because everybody's sleeping or everybody's awake. My wife is sleeping. She doesn't like to get up because she's a teacher. So, 8:30, 9 o'clock, that's when I start calling. And generally, I'll usually find myself done by 9:45 at the latest if I have the right amount of leads. JD, I know you're pretty rare. How many leads are you working a week?
I get 15.
15 leads a week. And can generally set the amount of appointments that you need every week with just 15 leads. Fresh leads, I'm assuming, and I'm sure you have a Rolodex of old leads. I know you do. I know you do. You showed us before.
I could cut my leads off right now.
Yeah.
And probably not need a lead for, 6 months, maybe longer.
Right.
I really don't want, but I cut mine back to 10 a week almost 3 years ago. And I did 10 a week for about 6 months. And I'm good with 10. But the upline said that RGI wasn't happy with that. That I wasn't taking enough leads to protect the area. And I said, that's fine. I don't care. Let somebody else have them, because I would rather that anyway. I'd rather it does my heart good to follow other agents. But Scott really didn't like that idea of letting another IMO get a foothold in this area.
Right.
So he asked me to go back to 15, so I did. So I really get more leads than I really need or want to do what I want to do.
Mm-hmm.
But, my relationship with the IMO is that, if they ask me to do something, I'm going to do it. It's not
right.
It's not like they force me to do anything. I could have stayed on 10 if I wanted to, but they asked me not to, so I changed it.
That's right. Yeah. Well, I know a lot of us, if you listen to everybody's schedule, everybody has time for service work. And that creates a lot of loyalty in your clients. And then which generates more referrals. Let's talk about loyalty with our clients. JD just said it makes his heart melt just following behind agents, because he knows they're not going to be very loyal with the agent that just saw him, because JD's got a lot of been doing it a long time. People probably tend to trust you, and you know what you're doing. You're not leaving that client in a bad situation, and they're going to have loyalty to you, and they're going to be with your clients for a long time. Let's talk about having loyalty with a lot of your clients having loyalty to you. How do you create loyalty with your clients?
Yeah, I don't know. That's probably a double-edged sword. I don't know if there's that much loyalty. I mean, I have always written people with the best price that they qualify for. And it's not so much loyalty as it is, our folks are just
they don't want to change.
They run out of they run out of money before they run out of month. And it's my number one company for 6 years was Rural Neighbors, because they had back then the best rates and all. And now for 4 years it's been KSKJ Life. To me, it's never been about the commission. I've never been a micro on that. I mean, the commission is important, so I don't want you to misunderstand what I'm saying. You have to make money to stay in business, but it's not about the micro to me. It's about the macro. I have people. I've had this argument about KSKJ because they're the lowest commission company I have today, and they don't pay on the policy fee. But I write them more than anyone, and but I make more money because I write them. And that doesn't seem to make sense to a lot of people. But if I'm looking at a case, and what you'll have with agents that are looking at the micro, they will say, well, a $50 a month is $600 a year. And if you're on 100% commission with KSKJ, you're going to make $600 on that policy minus their $65 policy fee. So you're going to make $535. If you wrote that same person with a company, and I have some 125% contracts, or just say 120 to make it easy, that pay on the policy fee, I would make $720 on that case. So they say, well, you made $535 where you could have made $720. But is that business going to stay on the books at the $720? If it stays on the books 6 months, I made $360. Mm-hmm. Or somebody comes in and replace it, which I don't get replaced. I can count on one hand the times I've been replaced in 15 years. Knowingly replaced. I'm sure I've been replaced sometimes where somebody didn't do a replacement for them, and it just looked like a lapse. You never could get in touch with the person. But I've been knowingly replaced less than 5 times, and I'm in my 16th year of doing this. So if it just if you give people value, and I don't know if that's loyalty or not. Now I do have some. I've got some clients who would not talk to anyone. But the thing is, I answer my phone. I deliver policies. I use that against agents when I'm in a home and they have a policy. If you talk to this agent, we hadn't seen him since the day he was here. He didn't deliver this policy. No, we got it in the mail. Now, if you're a person who doesn't deliver, I wouldn't say these things. So I get a lot of referrals. I've never asked for a referral in my life. Tomorrow afternoon, I've got it right on my schedule. I'm seeing a lady at 5:30 tomorrow, which is not one of my normal days. But she called me. She's been a client for 4 years, 5 years. She's got 3 policies on her kids. She wants to add $10,000. We talked on the phone. I gave her the price. I told her I could get there Monday afternoon. So this is a done deal. So that's what I do after I've done my appointments tomorrow. I'll do stuff like that, deliver appointments, things like that. And there's not. I hesitate to call it loyalty because there's not a lot of loyalty in this business.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just I've got something I keep saying that I write down that somebody said, and I've got this thing. I said it on my phone. I've got it in my notes that says, I don't know where this came from, but it says, when you pay more, you don't get more. You simply paid too much. And that's
say that again, Jay. Say that again.
And I will show that to clients, that when you feel like you paid too much for different things, but it says when you pay more, you don't get more. You simply paid too much. and that's I got into this business at a later age. And accidentally. I didn't want to do this business. I don't like insurance companies. I can connect with the client than the average person. For that reason, it seems. And some things you can't explain. But I'm a laborer. I'm a union guy, and I say, there for the grace of God go I. And I was woefully underinsured when I worked at the plant. Thank God nothing happened to me back then. I didn't know what I know now, and it's a great career. I wish I'd have got into this. I was talking to some of you guys know David Day. I was talking to him about this a week or two ago. That I never knew, that you could live like this and work like this.
That's right.
It's
amazing.
It's a great career.
Yeah.
Well, I had a hard life. The last 10 years, meeting Travis Tubbs 11 years ago, and why he put up with me and saw something in me that, it's been great. Made up for all those it's made up for the hard times, and I would tell anybody looking at this, get into this business.
Mm-hmm.
It's a great career. Matt Lowry, some of you guys know him, the lead jerk. Something I said to Matt years ago, and he'll remind me every now and then. you know, we all get our bad days, and we're poor mouthing, and you've had a bad day, you know, or something. You know, I built tires for 18 years. Building tires is hard, heavy, hot work. And I said something to Matt one time. Like we were at a bar, I guess, having beers, and I told him, I said, when you're doing it, this ain't building tires. You know what? I
Yeah.
tell you that when you're having a bad day. And Matt will tell me that sometimes. If I'm saying something, you know, man, this and that, and Matt's like, this ain't building tires. You know, he reminds me of that.
That's right.
But you know, it's great career.